Hello, my name's Natalie and I'm the Youth Theatre Director at Freedom Studios. We're a theatre company based up in Bradford, and this is a short video that's going to help you think about a comedy character which you might want to enter into the Louise Rennison National Comedy Award. So before I do anything creative, particularly comedy, I find that if I'm physically warm, then my imagination works a lot better. So I recommend before you do these exercises, go for a walk, dance around your room to your favourite song, do whatever suits you to get yourself physically warmed up. For these video, you're also going to need a pen and a paper, or if you prefer talking out loud, you're going to need a voice recorder or a camera, some way of recording your ideas. And also, my top tip for lots of things creative, but particularly comedy, allow yourself to make mistakes. Create lots of material, because ideas that you might hate to begin with or think are rubbish might end up to be really good, or things that you think are brilliant don't quite work in the end. So allow yourself to create lots of material. Don't edit too much at these early stages. That's my top tip. Cracking on with the first exercise. The first thing I want you to do is get a timer, put 2 minutes on the clock, and in 2 minutes I want you to write down as many different kinds of job as you can possibly think of. Stuff that people do normally to make money. Okay, 2 minutes on the clock. Come back to me when you've done that. Go. Right, so now you've got a list of jobs. Looking at that list of jobs, I want you to write a new column alongside it and think about the kind of personality traits that might suit each job. So for example, if you've got a librarian, it probably helps if you like quiet places, if you like putting things in order, if you love reading and books. If you are a DJ, it's probably helpful if you love music and the technology that goes along with music. If you love partying and entertaining, giving people a good time. Okay, so go through all your jobs and think about what are the skills that people need, what's the personality traits that suit that job. When you've got those two lists, I want you to narrow it down to 3 of your favourite. And this is something where you're really following your instinct. Maybe you just choose one that you particularly resonates with you, or something that you go, there's comedy potential in this character, or something I know a lot about, so I could write about it. And with those 3 that you've chosen, look at the personality traits and reverse them. So now we have, for example, a librarian who hates quiet places and wants to rave all the time. Or you have a DJ that just loves peace and quiet and would quite like it if everyone stood in alphabetical order, wants everyone to quieten down. So you can see where we're starting to find some contrast, some potential comedy in these characters. And the next stage is really developing these characters. And as we do that, it's really important to think about giving them strengths as well as weaknesses. An audience love a flawed character, but we want to be able to see ourselves in them. And it's important to find that we're laughing at their situation that they found themselves in, and we're not laughing at the person, because then it could potentially become nasty. It can make the audience feel uncomfortable. So we want to be rooting for this character and for their situation. In order to develop that character further, I want you to think of 1,000,001 different questions about them. Who are they? Where do they live? What's their passion? What do they dream about? Do they have any family? Where do they go on holiday? What do they want to be when they were children? Are they still children? How old are they? As many different details as you can think of, even if you don't think they're relevant. If you're a performer, you might want to have a go at playing this character. Walk around your bedroom. How do they walk? How do they breathe? How do they carry themselves? What does that teach you about this person? Make a note of it, even if it doesn't feel like it's essential at this moment in time, write it down because it might be useful later. And finally, now we've got a really strong sense of a well-rounded character that's got some contrasting elements to them. You want to think about what situation could you put that person in that's going to expose the comedy. So, for example, if you've got a doctor who's got a phobia of blood, maybe they graze their knee on their way to a job interview. Or if you've got the librarian who loves raving and can't stand the quiet, maybe she's going to go around and find as many different ways of making noise or trying to start a party in the library as possible. Okay, so thinking about these situations and the people that we've got them in, your last thing that you're going to do is then think about what genre of comedy might this suit. So the great thing about this competition is that you can perform it or you can submit a piece of writing, and that writing can be a sketch, it can be a joke, it could be prose, it could be a scene. So you want to think about, do you want to bring this person in? Is it something you could perform? Is it something that they need other characters in? Does it suit sketch? Does it suit more description? And that's up to you. So I hope this video has helped and given you some ideas, something to work on. Most important thing is to have fun with it, enjoy the process, and get your submissions in. Thanks very much. I look forward to hearing some of your creations. Bye.